Hey y'all, it's your friendly neighborhood panda here. I am back with the awesomest Aussie that ever was, a DJ.
Hey everyone!
And we are in the next to last saga of Epic. I don't know how we finally got here, but we did.
It's bizarre because this seemed like such a monolithic thing. It seemed like there were
Yeah.
so many sagas and that we were going to
Yeah.
be doing this forever. And I know for people watching our reactions, it's probably felt like it's taken us so long to get here.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's like I blinked and I'm at the end of Epic. And like we have one more saga after this
Mm-hmm.
one because we film them in batches. So we film, a saga at a time. We've only got one more saga to film after this. And then there's no new Epic in my life. And I don't know how I'm going to handle that. Do we have a self-help group for this after the fact?
We're gonna have to look for one because you're right. I'm not sure gonna be able to help because this whole thing has been captivating from the very first song.
Yeah, yeah.
I
And
just,
I'm gonna need to find other things to listen to. I've had people mention Twisted, which is apparently like a Disney parody type of thing, and
yeah, yeah.
I know that Casper Fox is currently making a like Greek musical of his own that
Oh,
he's
wow.
started working on. So hopefully soon he'll start dropping things from that. But till then, I'm just going to be sitting in a corner having withdrawals. So I'm gonna need to find something.
Well, we have, I've been told that there are a lot of extra features and extra things that we could possibly look
True.
at for Epic, including some TikTok series where Jay and the voice of Hermes act as their characters and do a back and forth.
Okay, we might need to see that. I would love to just see like a little TikTok kind of skit where
Yeah.
it's just like them acting like roommates or something like that, just trying
I
to live
think
together.
yeah, I think
Um,
there's like a whole series of back and forth TikToks with those two. So I mean there's
love
potential.
that.
There's potential.
Yeah, but for today, we've got a song to get into.
Yes, we are on I'm Not Sorry for Loving You, the first song of the Vengeance Saga. And from what I can tell, it's going to be a Calypso song. Okay. And a little bit of trivia for you, DJ. We were asking last time we talked about Calypso, why is she this way? She was kind of cringy, clingy.
Yeah,
Well, apparently,
little bit crazy ex-girlfriend vibes.
right. Well, apparently, somebody told me go look in Greek mythology. She was a daughter of a Titan, so she is a goddess. And for siding with the Titans in the big war with Zeus, the rest of the gods punished her to be isolated on this island and instantly fall in love with whatever man who washes up on shore,
Oh damn!
and to be forever
So from her
heartbroken
side,
when they leave.
so from her side of things,
Mm.
she's being punished as much as Odysseus
Yeah,
in this situation, and her love is genuine and pure towards him.
could
Even
be.
though, it's even though it's like not two ways, even
Right,
though it's not returned to her,
right.
she thinks she's genuinely loving him.
Yeah.
That makes it even more rough.
Right. So let's see how that changes just how we feel about what she has to say next, because I think this is about her. So here we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Someone arrived today. They said they're taking you away, that you're not mine to save. And soon I won't get to see your face, so I came by to say, you're unlike anyone I have ever known, 'cause you're all I've ever known.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay.
sorry to pause right away.
Sweet Bubba. Okay.
You're coming straight in with the heart. You had to give me that information right before this song starts.
Well, I didn't know that, at least it looks like in Jay's version, this is the first time that's actually happened to her. The first time she's actually had to
Yeah,
go through the punishment, right?
yeah.
So
You're
this
unlike
is
anyone I've
doubly
ever
hard.
known.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah,
we were looking, the last one was God Games. Athena was trying to fight to get him released, and she says, someone's here to take you away. Are we to
yeah.
infer
So
that she was successful?
yeah, well, by the end of God Games, it seemed like she definitely won or been successful. I'm pretty sure that didn't Zeus kind of concede or say that like agree with her in the end. I thought
I
that,
think the last words of hers was, "Please let him go," and he didn't say anything back, but we do see him catch her, at least in the animatic,
yeah,
as she falls down.
in yeah, and there was a nicer moment between them, because I remember us finishing it on being like, I thought it was like a hug in the animatic or like something like that, where it was instead of her rushing forward to attack him, it was tenderness instead.
Maybe.
But yeah, we should have rewatched God Games before this, but either way, this whole moment here, it gives you like, when we first saw this whole thing with Calypso, I was sitting there going, she's trapping him on the island against his will, like Cersei did, and that kind of thing. This comes across a lot more like, he's trapped there, she's trapped there, and she loves him, and even though it's unrequited, it's hurting her seeing him go.
Yeah, and the way Jay wrote the music and the way the singer is singing, she sounds very young for being someone who's millennia old at this point.
Yeah, which when you think about it, if it's a thing of like, she sided with the Titans, so like, gods are born, they get eaten, break out of Kronos, from my understanding, and rebel against them. That's their first kind of experience with the world, really.
Yeah.
And then she immediately gets locked on an island, isolated. So in terms of what the rest of the Greek gods been doing, she would be a lot more emotionally stunted, basically, compared to the rest of them.
Not that they were all
chance.
Not that they were all very emotionally mature, but
yeah,
anyway.
Maturity wasn't really a thing there, was it?
I don't know.
But yeah, this whole thing though, the fact that she's just come into this as, someone's come to take you away and they say, I can't keep you, you can't be mine. She's not angry, she's not fighting to keep him, she's not vindictive about it, she's just hurt, and it makes it painful.
I know.
Alright.
Ever known, 'cause you're all I've ever known. And if I pushed you, or if I came on too strong, or if I ambushed you, for that I'll say I was wrong. And if you hate me, then I am sorry, my love's too much for you. But I'm not sorry for loving you. I'm not sorry for loving you.
Okay, even if we hadn't heard that little bit of thing before, this is a lot more than I expected, that she is genuinely understanding how she came across, and she was a little too much, and she's showing, again, that emotional maturity that, so I'm kind of hard getting a read on her right now.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that this could definitely be taken in two ways depending on what you know about the character, because like, this could easily also be taken as the kind of speech and line an abuser would give as you're trying to leave them. Once you finally had enough and you're like, I'm done, I'm leaving. This is the kind of, no baby, don't go, I love you, we need each other kind of lines. But that's not the way it's coming across here, and that's not the vibe that I'm getting from this. This is kind of, like, I never meant to hurt you with this. I just loved you so much. I don't want to lose you. And I'm not sorry that I just bared all my feelings and put that straight out there, but I'm not going to be sorry for that. I'm not going to be sorry to, have loved you the way I did.
Yeah, and I guess it is different, because whether she's saying that as a manipulation tactic or as a genuine "I'm sorry," she still looks like he's letting him go.
Yeah, exactly, and it's not coming from a side of her expecting him to turn around right now and be like, you know what, I'm not leaving. She knows he doesn't have a choice but to leave.
Right.
She knows he wouldn't choose to stay even if he could.
Right.
So she's not trying to manipulate him into it. It's just her being honest about her feelings, which is kind of lovely.
Right.
I'm not sorry for loving you. I'm not sorry for loving you. Calypso. Let me speak. I spent my whole life here. Was cast away when I was young, alone for 100 years. I had no friends but the sky and sun. So when you washed ashore, I thought for sure that you were my dream come true. I thought I knew. So if I pushed you, or if I came on too strong, or if I ambushed you, for that I'll say I was wrong. And if you hate me, then I am sorry, my love's too much for you. But I'm not sorry for loving you. I'm not sorry.
know what's standing out to me about this so much is this is a testament to how well Jay writes not only song but a whole story.
Yes.
Because the fact that we had the song before with her, excuse me, we've been conditioned up to this point of like the love story is Odysseus and his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone who tries to come between that love story, we don't like them. They're the bad guy.
Right.
We, don't try and come between our two lovers. And so the first song that you get where she's just coming straight into it being like, oh my God, you're my boyfriend. I love you so much.
Right.
You immediately are like, no, we don't like you. Don't even go there. And then we come in with this song and we get the context and we get that like understanding of her as a three-dimensional character rather than just this one layered thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it breaks your heart, not only her story, but that you had that kind of snap reaction and that snap judgment to her. And again, she says it here, she did ambush him. She did come on very strong. Even he's like, what's going on type of deal.
Yeah.
But with the context, it makes it so heartbreaking.
Yeah, and I mean, it's one of those where it would still be, I think, even if we knew why she was there. I think, as like we said, if it was still the case where she was trying to manipulate him into staying, we'd still have a problem with it. But
Absolutely.
she's realizing, you know what, I know you gotta go, so I'm just gonna lay my cards out so that I at least have it off my chest.
Yeah, exactly. And like it very much comes across as well as I'm not telling you this to manipulate you into staying.
Right.
I'm telling you this so you understand that I had nothing and I've cherished what we had together because I had 100 years of nothing before this. I would rather have had these moments and this love, even if it's one-sided, than to have not had it at all.
Exactly.
So there's multiple layers to this I'm not sorry for loving you side of things.
Right, exactly.
Sorry for loving you. I'm not 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 sorry. I'm angry and tired and restless and sad.
Okay.
Stuck in the moments I swore that we had. I wish you would chase me or try to embrace me for once. I wish you would lie and say
I love you.
You do?
But not in the way that you want me to.
Oh man, okay, I just had chills go everywhere.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Okay,
First of all, like, you go first because
we're gonna have to go back a little bit because first of all, let me just say, like, and I don't know if this was a choice that Jay made or if it was a just all the animatics creators kind of just jumped on board with this. Let me just say, as a curvy woman, how wonderful it is to see this gorgeous curvy goddess here.
yes.
For all, I mean, in every animatic I've seen before, and I go, the last ones, I go and I watched other reactors look at the, I must confess. And every single one of them had this, she just is gorgeous and not made fun of in that, for being that way.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Absolutely.
But second of all, then
Like,
to be what we're talking about here, she's telling I'm not sorry, she's being very calm and very remorseful about it, but then she finally, like we all do at some point, we get tired of being reasonable.
yeah. But the thing that I love about what's right, like, listen to the lines that she sings in this kind of faster, angrier section.
Mm-hmm.
She goes through saying that she's hurt, she's this, she's that, she's like all these different emotions.
Mm-hmm.
But none of them are, like you said, none of them are unreasonable.
No.
None of them are like, it's very much kind of, I understand what my emotions are, and I'm not mad at you for doing what you have to do. I'm not mad at this for ending, but
Right.
I'm still feeling these things.
Right.
And that's what, like Odysseus does the kindest and yet most horrible thing for her, because
Right.
he says, like, he straight up says to her, I do love you, just not in the way you want me to. I don't love you in that way. It's not that you're a bad person. It's not that I see you as some monster I'm escaping or some witch that's manipulated me or anything like that. I see you as someone who's been a companion to me, who has like been there. I don't know how long he's meant to have been on this island for at this
I think
stage.
about 7 years.
Yeah. So they have 7 years of connection. There would be a
Mhm.
kind of love there, the kind of love between friends or things like that.
Mhm.
Maybe even, maybe even in the original they had some friendly time together. I don't think Jay's highlighting that because
Right.
we're very much wanting it to be, the love story. But it's very much there would be a connection there, and he's drawing attention to that, but and saying "I love you," just not in the romantic way,
Right.
and that's
Which I think is
again really
kinder.
kind.
I think it is kinder than, than anything else, because she's saying at some point, I wish you had lied and told me that you loved me.
Yeah,
But he realizes, I
yeah,
think, that to lie and tell her that he loved her when he didn't would be awful, but he can't let her think that she meant nothing.
exactly. And that's the thing is that like if he'd spent 7 years now telling her he loved her and not clarifying in what kind of a way he loves her,
Hmm.
that would have been cruel.
Right.
The fact that he's waited until kind of now to say it and but immediately clarifies that it's not in the romantic way, not in the way that she wants. He can't
Hmm.
love her that way, but he does love and care about her.
Right.
That is, like I said, it's very kind, but at the same time it hurts her.
Sure.
And he no one comes out of a breakup without getting hurt.
No, I'm not sure there was any way to make it totally okay, but,
Exactly.
Sorry, I'm angry and tired and restless and sad. I'm stuck in the moments I swore that we had. I wish you would chase me or try to embrace me for once. I wish you would lie and say
I love you,
you do.
but not in the way that you want me to.
I hate that I fell in love with you.
Hate that I fell in love with you.
Why did I fall in love with you?
Why did I fall in love with you?
What do I do with this love for you?
What do I do with this love for you?
How am I supposed to get over you?
How am I supposed to get over you?
Why in the world won't you love me too?
sweet.
Two things I want to
baby.
point out right away
Aw.
that only occurred to me on that second kind of watch through of that section.
Uh,
The first one is the writing of
Mhm.
the line, I'm stuck in the moments I swore that we had,
mhm.
just hits. Like
Yeah.
that kind of two-side, like two people seeing a different kind of a relationship.
Yeah.
She swears they had all these romantic moments. She has all these loving memories and can't get through those. For him, it was something completely different. He
Mhm.
wasn't hit in that way. He wasn't feeling it that way, but she was. And that line just summed that up so beautifully. And I just also realized that through this whole song, through her saying, someone's come to take you away, someone's like this, that, her expressing her feelings and everything,
Mhm.
Odysseus doesn't say a word through
No.
all that. You'd think as soon as she says, someone's come to take you away, he'd say something. In 7 years, I'm getting off the island. Yay. Nothing like that. Silence, 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 right up until that I love you line.
Mhm.
And that just makes that hit boom right in the heart, and you're like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
and then he follows it up with that, but not in the way you want me to, and you crumple.
Yeah, and
Um,
and you notice that after he says that, it changes from "I'm not sorry" to loving you" to "I hate that I fell in love with you."
yeah, and I like the fact that even with that, even with the I hate the fact that I hate the fact that I love you. I wish that I hadn't loved you.
Hmm.
It still doesn't diminish or take away from the lines before that of
Right.
I'm not sorry for loving you, because you can hate that you love someone, it can
Mhm.
hurt, you don't know how you're going to get over them,
Right.
but you don't regret the relationship that you had.
Right.
And yeah, that's kind of, I you can feel that this is first purely 100% a breakup song with someone
Mhm.
trying to work out how they can get over the person they're losing, and that's what makes it hit so emotionally, because you don't need to be in ancient Greece for this one to be something you relate to.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be about gods. It's just written in a way where anyone who's ever been through a breakup and been sitting there going, how do I move forward from this? It's gonna hit you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, y'all, that was quite the introduction to this saga. We are so excited to be continuing with this, and it's interesting. Now we've got Odysseus back, because all through the last saga, except for the one or two moments, where we first met Calypso and all that, it was mostly centered on Telemachus and Athena and their side. So now we're back in his storyline. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what happens. This song, this reaction will come out on my channel, and then the next one will come out on DJ's channel. So in the meantime, check out his channel, check out his Patreon. He's got all kinds of wonderful perks and extras that you can do for signing up. But if you can't do that, in the meantime, just hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell on both of our YouTube channels. Okay? Those help us grow, help us continue to make these videos, and they don't cost you a thing. All right? But until the next time, we'll see ya. Bye.